right now, what I'm about to do is I'm about to make a tier list. I've made it out of bronze. I'm in silver right now on PC, but I've made it to gold on console. There's a lot of people out there right now that's hard stuck bronze. They're sitting there, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to get to the bronze. I'm employed. Well, I know plenty of people who are employed who aren't hard stuck bronze. So nigga, it's you that sucks. So the first thing I'll tell you to get out of bronze is to put some accountability on yourself. If you're hard stuck bronze, after this game done been out all this time, all the people that make fun and exciting quick little videos about this game that you can watch in the background while you doing some tedious work like cleaning up in the house, or you doing some homework, you retyping out or reformatting, correcting an essay, all the people that make videos you can put in the background while you do that, I don't want to hear that shit about I don't understand how this game works. Nigga, that means you didn't do any research. That's number one. Number two, second way you can be good at this game is to fucking aim. Third way to be good at this game is to flex. But if all else fails and you don't learn how to play this game, you don't learn how to aim, and you don't learn how to flex, there are going to be certain characters that you could play as a hard stuck bronze to at least get you out of bronze and get to gold. And I'm about to make a tier list of how good these characters in this game are for getting out of bronze. And I don't really like these tiered names, so I'm gonna rename them on how likely or how easy they are to get you out of bronze. So we're gonna start with we making it out. No, insta leave. Let's see, we're gonna go from insta leave bronze to a little bit of learning. I only want there to be like 4 tiers. Insta leave, a little bit of learning. What else can we put? We're gonna have no, hell no. Actually, fuck it. We'll do 5 tiers. Hell no. Why you're hard stuck. And in this, we're gonna delete row, then we're gonna reverse the colors. Red, orange, yellow is fine. And then let's put bright green over here. Alright, so boom, starting off. Again, keep in mind, this tier list is based on how hard is it to get out of bronze, one tricking or making one of these characters part of your main lineup. So for example, if you got 2-3 characters, because my recommendation is be able to play 2 characters in every role. So for example, just knowing how to play Black Widow isn't enough. Also learn how to play Wolverine. Just knowing how to play Penny Parker isn't enough. Also learn how to play Thor. Just learning how to play Invisible Woman isn't enough. Learn how to play the other similarly built white woman according to all you niggas, Dagger and Cloak. So that's my advice. But let's say you want to one trick a character out of bronze. That's what this tier list is going to be based on. How hard is it to one trick a character? And first, we're starting off with BBL Widow. This is why you're hard stuck. If you're trying to one trick Black Widow out of bronze, that's not gonna happen. To play Black Widow effectively, not only do you need certain specific characters in your team composition, like for example a Mantis so she can give you the boost, or a Storm so she can give you a damage boost, but then you have to play uncomfortable battle sniper. You also need you also are probably gonna need a Hawkeye, which I'm not gonna lie, if you have a Hawkeye on the team, why the fuck are you Scarlet Witch? You don't need a Scarlet Witch if you already have a Hawkeye on the team. Let him be the sniper and you pick a dive or another, or like a mid-range character or something like that. And in bronze, unless you're really like that, which you're hard stuck bronze, so you're not like that, you're not gonna get any value out of Black Widow at all. Luna Snow, you are leaving bronze being a Hellbot. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I don't have to go too deep. Actually, wait, I'm talking to hard stuck people. I do have to go too deep into this. Okay, let me explain to you why Luna is undebatably the best healer in the game at low levels. At higher levels, it's debatable between her and Mantis, but at low levels, at bronze, undebatably the best healer in the game. Because while her and Mantis do share the fact that you require a bit of aim to play this character effectively, with Luna Snow, the way her mechanics are, it's a little bit easier on having an aim versus Mantis. Like, she gets a headshot bonus and shit like that, where Luna is just like she's best sitting in the back, heal botting, clapping into the crowd. If somebody jumps on top of you, you have snowball and you have a really fast movement option where you can either run away or you can shoot it out and try and nail them down if you have a halfway competent backline, even though you're hard stuck bronze, so you're probably part of the incompetent backline. You could kind of get that backline down, number one. Number two, another great thing about Luna is she has the best support ultimate, the best defensive ultimate in the game. As soon as she turns around the corner and starts going da 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 da, there's a reason why Iron Man will target her, because she has the best defensive ultimate in the game, where as soon as she pops up around the corner, even if you have one-shot moves, there's a small chance that niggas ain't dying. Because like Groot, for example, rarely dies to one-shot moves. You have to do the fucking most to get Groot to die to a one-shot move because his health bar is so damn high. But him, like any tank standing next to Luna, you're just not gonna touch point, because not only do they have a big as fuck health bar, they have a big as fuck health bar, and they're being healed by a move that can out heal damn near any damage that can be done to them. So if you're using your regular fire, your alt fire, your abilities to fire at one of these characters, none of that shit matters. The most you could do is stun people in her ult, and I think she's unCCable when she ults. I'm not too sure, but again, these hard stuck bronze people, CC or crowd control are moves that either punish people for being in a crowd or take people who are in a crowd, like take them out of the crowd or make them want to leave from the crowd that they're in. Okay, that's what CC means. So for example, the way that Bucky can pull people out of a crowd, that's considered CC, because he can break up a crowd by taking somebody out of it. Another example of CC is Mantis sleep, because if a bunch of people are standing next to each other, Mantis throws a sleep. She can sleep 2 or 3 people at once. That's 2 or 3 people that for the next 3 or so seconds can't move, can't attack, can't fight, can't activate any abilities. And if they're in the midst of an ultimate or activating and casting an ultimate, it gets shut down or it gets stopped temporarily. So that's what CC means. She has a snowball that has really good CC, and her team up with Jeff and whatever, her team up with Namor is really good against dive comps, because you get a extra squid turret that not only does a good deal of damage already, it also slightly slows people, so it makes it so that if anybody dives your backline, they're easier to kill. So in dive heavy comps, Luna and Namor are really freaking good, especially in bronze, where dives just jump in the middle of your backline, they do a circle and they jump out, unless they're Spider-Man with his ultimate. Speaking of Spider-Man, we're just gonna go ahead and get it out the way. Yes, I know, Spider-Man is one of the most beloved superheroes of all time, of everything, whether it be Marvel Comics, DC Comics, Image Comics, whatever comics. I know he's one of the most beloved heroes, but if you are not good at Marvel Rivals, and you are trying to stop being hard stuck bronze, because you're probably on this video because you're hard stuck bronze, and I'm not trying to preach at you, I'm trying to teach at you. You get me? You're hard stuck bronze. Get the fuck off Spider-Man. You are the Spider-Man that people made the stereotypes based off of. You are the one swinging on the walls with easy swing, jumping in the middle of the back line, looking at the back line being like, there's a squirrel girl. Oh, there's a Luna Snow. Hey, how you doing, Mantis? And then you're swinging back out. You're going home to the back line going, I need heals, I need heals, I need heals. after you made it out of being shot down. You got hit by Mantis. Oh, Namor's over there squirting on you. Penny Parker mines are just running at you full-fledged at full speed like, oh yeah, we about to get this nigga and teach him a lesson. Stop playing Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a character that requires a lot of learning. And you're trying to get out of bronze. Hard stuck bronze. You clearly don't know the game. Get the fuck off Spider-Man, because you need high game awareness and sensitivities and high technical abilities to play this character. If you're not willing to learn that, get the fuck off this character. You're hard stuck bronze for a reason. Adam Warlock. No, actually, I'm gonna change a little bit of learning to a little struggle. I'm gonna go a little struggle. Oh, what the fuck? Go shift B. Hey, a little struggle. A lot of struggle. Hell no, why you're hard stuck. For Adam Warlock, I'm gonna put him in a lot of struggle because Adam Warlock requires a lot of aim. You have to really be good at aiming to get any value of out of Adam Warlock, because his abilities, he has no movement abilities. So if somebody jumps on you, like if a backliner jumps on you while you're playing Adam Warlock, it's not even pretty much. It's literally, if you're lucky, pop soul bond, kill or be killed. Okay? Let me repeat. When you're playing as Adam and you dive against him, your only survival option is pop soul bond, kill or be killed. So if you can't aim that projectile alt fire, if you can't hit him with that main hit scan, nigga, you cooked. So if you have a little bit of aim, you gonna struggle. But it's gonna be way easier getting out of hard stuck bronze than with a lot of other characters. And keep in mind, there's room for adjustment on this tier list later, but we're gonna get to that when we get to that. Hulk. I don't really play Hulk that much, so I'm gonna put him in the middle tier. A lot of struggle, and he might be able to be moved later because I hear he's a complicated character, but niggas also called Wolverine a complicated character, and no, he's not. He's not. Magic. Not gonna lie, she's damn near in the same category as Spider-Man. Hell no. Yes, I know. I've seen them too. I've seen the TikTok clips. I've seen the Twitter clips. If you're a freak of nature, YouTube Shorts clips of Magic going and getting like a quad kill and then zooming up and beating the shit out of Iron Man or smacking Storm out the sky, killing her. I've seen those clips too. You are not that guy. You don't know how to do the melee cancels. Again, you're hard stuck bronze. You don't know how to do the melee cancels. You don't know how to do the animation cancels. You don't know how to do the fast-paced combos. You don't know how to do the one-shot zoom. Okay? You don't know how to do all that. She's a very technical character that requires high skill and ability in a technical sense to be able to play her. You're hard stuck bronze. You clearly don't have that. You need to pick a different character to learn until you understand the game and the ebb and flow of the way that matches go and how to get in and out of scenarios and when you should and shouldn't leave and push and all this other stuff. And when you learn basic concepts like how to pull somebody into a 1v1, how to get a pick, when to go in because of like space being created, how to yourself create space, because Magic could both bully people and create space as well as wait until space is created for her. So it's like you have to learn and understand a lot situational awareness wise to play Magic. You're hard stuck bronze. You haven't developed that yet. Black Panther, not gonna lie, at higher levels, Black Panther is an amazing character. But at hard stuck bronze levels, again, same thing as with Magic. He requires a lot of understanding of the game, but I would argue he requires more understanding of the game than Magic. Because at Magic, even though she can go in and beat up backlines and one-shot kill people just like Black Panther can, with her, you at least get shield for beating niggas up. Black Panther, you go in, you miss your spears, you miss your dashes, you fuck up. It don't take a whole lot. It don't take a whole back line to put you to sleep. With Magic, it might take 2 or 3 people focusing her to get her to sleep, because she can teleport and be invincible while she teleports, by the way. She can teleport all across the place, beat people ass. She can do like this with the sword, throw that little projectile and come swoop, swink, and one-shot any healer, okay? she can do a lot of devious dumb shit and get picks and get health with it. Black Panther, you fuck up, you're dead. Black Panther, if you're stupid enough to walk across penny mines, you're dying. Magic, she could at least damn near insta destroy penny mines with her combos, or she could jump in on point and go through a portal, swing, portal back off, portal on point, swing, or portal on not point, on penny's mines, leave a demon. She has options to deal with dumb shit like that. Black Panther's just gonna fucking die. You really have to understand a lot to play this character too. Wanda, I'm not gonna say a low leave, but let me change it from struggle to resistance. Cause like, it's not hard to play Wanda at all by any stretch of the imagination. The only thing with Wanda you really have to learn is that her ult fucking sucks. Yes, I know. Again, we've all seen the TikToks of Doctor Strange opening a portal and Wanda going out saying pure chaos and deleting 5 people off the point, and then the whole team focused down the last person. But what you didn't hear is what you didn't see is the fact that nigga spent 3 days fishing for that clip. Okay, so you're like, there's a little bit that you have to learn. For example, diving backlines and shit like that with her, because a lot of people just think of Wanda as the character that can't aim. But Wanda at like medium level, like above low levels, at like medium middle levels, actually does have a fucking use when she can properly dive backlines and like bully healers. And like, my favorite thing to do with Wanda specifically is if I see an Iron Man or I see a Storm, go ahead and use that wiggly beam to scare them often and make them run off a lot, or just keep killing them and make them switch off of Iron Man / Storm all the damn time. That's my favorite personal thing to do with her, and she's really good at doing shit like that. But also, if you're a dumbass who just can't aim, she also still has her uses with just using wiggly beam and then using her alt fire to try and finish people down. Very fucking useful. Iron Man, I'm not gonna lie, but right now we're gonna put him in insta leave, but I'm struggling to go between a low resistance and insta leave, because Iron Man is a character that's good if you can't aim, good if you can aim. He's good if you can't aim, better when you can aim. And his ult is really fucking simple. Like, at higher levels, you're gonna learn that his ult actually like has a couple stipulations and win conditions for it. But at low levels, you could just be standing in the middle of a crowd and just point blank range, put your arms up like this, and 3 niggas is dying on point. Okay, it's bronze. Jeff the Adorable Land Shark. Fuck no. Actually, I'm gonna put him in Why Your Heart Stuck. Actually, no. Because in terms of skill level, you will have a little bit of resistance. Because like, in terms of quality of the character Jeff fucking sucks. Jeff is undebatably the worst goddamn character in this game. He's down there with Namor. But in terms of skills that you need to play Jeff effectively, my nigga, you could lick your controller and play Jeff effectively. It doesn't take any brain cells to play this character properly at all whatsoever. So like, if you're hard stuck bronze and you want to learn, or not even learn, don't learn Jeff. He doesn't require learning, and you shouldn't anyway. If you want to like use, not learn, if you want to use a healer to get out of bronze, and then once you get out of bronze, learn a real fucking character, go ahead. You'll have a little bit of resistance because he fucking sucks, and if you run into somebody who's even halfway competent, you will die a lot because Jeff is really killable when he goes underwater. But in bronze, unless you're running into a group full of Smurfs, that's not gonna happen. Every time you dip into the ground, you're gonna get out of jail free, scot-free card, like 9 times out of 10. Squirrel Girl, she's a 1-star character for a fucking reason. Matter of fact, I'll put her right next to Wanda. Same shit. A lot of people don't understand the basics of Squirrel Girl. A lot of people just see Squirrel Girl is you just shoot down hallways and people die, you don't have to aim. But a lot of people don't realize that Squirrel Girl's main purpose is to destroy deployables. So for example, if there's Moon Knight on a team, Squirrel Girl should be shooting Onk all the time because she can one-shot Onk. If the enemy team has a Penny Parker who's hiding her mines around corners, Squirrel Girl should be trying to get an angle. Boop, 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 boop. Shoot 2-3 acorns, blow that bitch up. Really 2, but 3 just in case you miss one. Boop, boop, boop. Shoot 3 acorns at that bitch, blow it up. If Groot is throwing up walls, boop, boop. wall dead. Not ironwood wall, but like the smaller walls. Boop, boop, wall done. If people are on your ass, they beating the fuck out of you, jump. If they still beating the fuck out of you, eat some nut, pause. Huh? Eat some nut, jump away. You'll be fine. Or you'll at least be able to jump away to your healers so they can heal you and so you could gun somebody down. Loki, not gonna lie, Loki on a low level, in a low level lobby, if you're good with Loki, of course you will run it, but that's any character. But in terms of if you're hard stuck bronze, Loki requires too much understanding of the game for you, a hard stuck bronze, to get the fuck out. Same thing as I said with Magic and Black Panther. Again, remember these characters can get adjusted from tier to tier, and these tiers are not ordered. But Loki has very low healing if you don't know how to properly place his if you don't properly know how to place his clones around the place, and you don't understand what invincibility stone does, which for those of you who don't know, whenever Loki goes in invincibility stone, the reason why he doesn't die is because not only does it heal him, it converts all damage into healing. So if you one shot a Loki that's standing next, or any character really on the opposite team that's standing next to an invincibility stone, even with Iron Man, I believe they won't die, because again, damage into healing. So you have to understand certain concepts like that, and you have to understand where to put your clones. Because for example, if you put all your clones in the lane, not only are they going to get shot a lot, they're going to sell your team, because Moon Knight is going to go, oh, free food, throw an Ankh right next to your clone and start using your clones as basically like free limited health Ankhs, because Moon Knight has a mechanic where whenever he hits somebody, if there's anybody close to him, the projectile he has, the moon rings, will bounce from person to person. So, and Loki's clones count as a person. So stick with me. If you put your Loki clone in the middle of the lane, next to where your teammates are at, and Moon Knight shoots at your clone, the moon rings will go from the clone to whoever is closest, which is your teammates. You understanding now? Okay, cool. Star-Lord, I'm not gonna lie, he requires minimal aim, and like he has a lot of get out of jail free cards, and he has that scrubby ass move where he could do like the Reaper shit where he shoots in all directions and it just does constant damage in a dome around him. He's a very scrub friendly character that does get good at higher levels with like a little bit of scaling and a little bit of issues that expose themselves. But at low levels, you're hard stuck bronze, Star-Lord is good. He doesn't require much learning, and he has a lot of easy to understand mechanics. Storm, I'm gonna put her in a lot of struggle, because Storm is one of those characters where it's not hard to pick her up and play her half decently, but to play her in a way that's gonna take your dumb ass from hard stuck bronze to silver and above, you gotta learn a little bit about her. You're not gonna have to learn anything crazy. You're gonna have to learn her moveset. At first, it's gonna be a little bit confusing as to what the fuck you can and can't do, and why as Storm you have to fly way lower than Iron Man can, because you're basically a support DPS. But you don't have to have crazy situational awareness. So a lot of struggle. You're gonna struggle a bit to learn a character, but not for long. Punisher, I'm gonna put him in a lot of struggle for a reason I think y'all not gonna peep, y'all not gonna understand until you really sit on it. Yes, Punisher does have a lot of abilities that mow people the fuck down. Yes, Punisher is the quintessential, I play Call of Duty, oh, he has gun, let me pick character with gun. Yes, he does have a lot of moves that are very, very simple, but when it comes to his kit, I notice a lot of people don't actually understand his kit. Like, for some people, it's more difficult to understand his kit for others. Like, he's definitely not a hell no. He's definitely not a why you're hard stuck. But I think, except for when he goes in a turret or whenever there's a rocket on your team, he requires a minimal amount of situational awareness. Whereas a character like Luna Snow, she's pretty much good in every situation. A character like Scarlet Witch, she's not really great in every situation, but a lot of the times you could make it work with Scarlet Witch. Punisher, you can't just get shit for free. You have to put a little bit of effort. Now, it's not a lot of crazy amount of effort, Just a little bit of effort. It's the same thing I would say with Storm. Easy character to pick up, hard character to actually play good. There's a reason why you don't see a lot of top level Punishers. Thor. I'm gonna say in high ELOs and higher ELO games, he is like a mid tank. He's like a mid tier, and above gold, he's a mid tier. But in low ELO, he's fucking amazing because anytime you use your abilities, you get overshield. All you have to do is constantly be pushing people around the map, throwing your hammer, activating the mode where he throws the little crescents. Now, I don't like activating the mode where he throws the crescents because I feel like in the midst of a battle when I'm playing point and I'm solo tanking, that's another thing. He's weird to solo tank with because he's meant as more of an off tank. But in low ELOs, people are always splitting away from the fucking point. So if you're playing tank and you walk next to the point and be a threat, you don't even have to get kills for real. Just walk next to the tank, walk next to the point and be a threat. Hands in the air, shoulders up, shoulders down, you'll be alright. So for low ELOs, Thor is fucking amazing. He can even solo tank. Venom. I know some of y'all gonna hate me for this, but Venom is a deceptively difficult character. Why do I say that? Because most people in low ELOs, when they play Venom, they walk up, they swing over to the back line, they use their tentacles, which by the way, you actually should have decent aim if you play Venom because he gets a headshot bonus. Like if he hits headshots, he can kill way faster. A lot of people don't realize that. But not only that, Venom requires a bit of situational awareness because what most Venoms do, they swing into the back line, they do that little dive move, pop people up, they look around and just randomly wave their tentacles in the air, then they press slowing, and when they get the low health, they mash shield, go and they just run around and go boom, die, get shot in the head because their shield ran out because they were getting mowed down by the back line. He's another character. All diver characters take a higher amount of situational awareness. So when it comes to diver characters, a lot of them are probably going to rank in the lower ends, except for, like I said, like something like a Wanda, like a Star-Lord, because they are characters that are better played as like dive styled characters. They're not pure dives, but as more dive styled characters, but their toolkits are more simple to use and don't have a lot of complications to the point to where it's like, they're kind of a free fucking character. Bucky. Hell no. Hell no. You're not making it out of hard stuck bronze with Bucky for the simple fact Bucky requires aim and Bucky requires knowledge of what range you work best in. If you're hard stuck bronze, I'm pretty sure you have a good time understanding spacing in this game and understanding that your job is to fight tanks and create space. Like when you're playing Bucky, you and the tank should be side by side, or you should be slightly behind the tank, booming that little Rotentimer, whatever the fuck that root beer gun is called. You should be right behind them. Pop, 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 pop. Okay? At lower ELOs, probably don't understand that concept. So playing Bucky is not going to be good because all you know about Bucky is armed and dangerous again, but you don't even know why the red bar appears at the bottom of their health whenever you hit them with again. By the way, once you hit people with again, if you get their health to that red bar, they automatically die, whether they hit 0 or not, and you refresh your move. That's how again works. But at lower ELOs, hard stuck bronze, you're probably not real familiar with this concept, so Wolverine, yeah, no debates, no questions. We're not even gonna have a long conversation about this. Wolverine's specific purpose is to fight tanks. He is partially a dive character, because what you're supposed to do with Wolverine is you're supposed to go over there, wow, use the roar, beat up the tank, and then once you finish beating up the tanks, if there are any like healers or anything like that, you can help out with them. You can help like start slanking at them. That's why he has the mechanic that his passive recharges faster the more he gets assists. So, you know, after he finishes fighting tank, he's supposed to assist with the other DPS and healers and stuff like that. That's how the character is designed. But again, a lot of his toolkit requires understanding engagement. He's partially, like I said, a dive character. Not only is he a dive character, he's a tank buster, which is a concept a lot of people don't understand and don't fully grasp at lower levels, because not only do they sometimes require high technical ability, but on top of that, they require higher situational awareness, which again, you are stuck bronze. Not sure you really have, and you still need to develop that. Fear Magneto! You're gonna have a little bit of resistance playing Magneto because he's not really a difficult. I'm debating between a little resistance and a lot of struggle because he's damn sure not no insta leave character, but he's not as complex as a character as like you would think. Because like, yeah, he has a mechanic with bubbles where you have to know to bubble people, but I'm not gonna lie, if somebody hops on the mic or if somebody hops in the chat and they go, hey yo, bubble me real quick, I'm about to do something, just press the button, throw a fucking bubble on him. Like, he's not a difficult character. I will say he's not that good when Wanda's not with him. His damage output is kind of low, but if you spam that shield a lot and spam that bubble a lot, you're gonna live very long in encounters and situations where in any ELO higher than bronze, you would basically die right off the fucking rip. Like, he loses to literally all the tank busters. He loses to Wolverine. He loses to Bucky. He loses to Iron Fist. So it's like he can fight off those people, but once you start playing against better players, his ability to be good drops the fuck off. But in low levels, he's decent for stopping yourself from getting hard stuck bronze. And another benefit is that he's a tank that actually stays on point. As long as you play point with Magneto and don't be somebody who's over there saying, oh, it's a kill, let me run over there, let me get this kill. As long as you're not doing that with Magneto, he's actually a decent character to play with and a decent character to get out of bronze with and learn the basics of the game with and learn how to play push tank. Now, like I said, he's really good as a push tank because he gets his shield like every 3 seconds and it stops all projectiles. So let's say you're playing Magneto and there's a rocket on the other team or Luna or whoever who's trying to throw heals to somebody in your back line. Stand between them and the person they're trying to heal, throw up the shield, that person doesn't get heals for like the next 3 seconds while you got that shield up. And if Squirrel Girl throws a nut at you, you catch it. It doesn't go past you, go into your back line, none of that. So like, he's really useful at lower levels and he's really simple to understand. Only thing about him is his ultimate kind of fucking sucks and it's only really good for like killing healers. By the way his ultimate works is the enemy team, whenever they shoot projectiles at it, it absorbs all of those projectiles and that powers up his ultimate and makes it stronger. The bad thing about that is no matter how strong your ultimate is, it still has the same slow ass speed, so it's impossible to hit any non-blind, even bronze 3 hard stuck character with. Thusly why I said he's a good character at lower levels, but once you climb up, you're gonna understand what I mean by he has a giant drop off. Captain America, I'm not gonna lie, hell no. He's another diver character that has very he works and only survives in very specific team comps. And if your teammates aren't doing the right thing, Captain America is going to spend most of his time just standing on the side saying, I need backup, and just running around and being Captain Cardio. I also want an excuse to say, I need backup. Shout out my Marvel vs. Capcom players that know what game that's from. Even though I low-key kind of ruined it, but you still don't know which Marvel vs. Capcom. Bitch ass nickel. Anyway, Captain America is going to spend a lot of time running around, just yelling, I need backup, running back and forth to the healers, just running back and forth, doing nothing but taking damage, getting shot, going, mommy milkers, I need healing. That's what you're going to be doing a lot with Captain America and low elos if you don't know what you're doing. You really have to understand this character and understand this kit. Another thing about him is, if you don't know how to play him, his damage is very, very low, so it's hard as fuck to get a kill with him. Very hard to get a kill with him. Most of his job is supposed to be being annoying, mostly, but like once you learn his animation cancels and stuff like that, you're gonna understand why I say he can get a pick very easily, but it's gonna be hard as fuck to get a kill with him, and you have to learn engagement cycles, which again, he's a diver. Divers are really hard for you to play if you're hard stuck bronze. Mantis, hell no. She's not why you're hard stuck. But if you have aim and no game awareness at all whatsoever, and you play Mantis, you might not struggle that much, but you're hard stuck bronze. If you're hard stuck bronze and you have really good aim, you can get out of bronze. you probably have bad aim and low awareness. So Mantis is not really good, because Mantis is amazing at stopping divers, even though she's a very squishy healer, but that requires aim, situational awareness, and you have to realize, once you throw that sleep out for the next 12 seconds, unless you and your team can kill Captain America, Venom, fucking Magic, whoever, Wolverine, whoever it is, unless your team can kill them, they're going to beat the dog shit out of you. They're going to dog walk you. Because Mantis does high damage for a healer. She's really good at helping out with team fights and team shooting and cleaning up kills, but she's not good at getting those kills purely raw by herself at all. She's going to have to reload, and if you're missing shots, that's going to make more reloads necessary. And again, once you throw that sleep out, you're cooked for the next 12 seconds after they wake up. And by the way, they can be woken up early if the enemy team shoots the little purple image on the back that's doing like this, rubbing over their head, making them sleep. If the enemy team shoots that, they wake up early. So now, if you're in a fucked up scenario, you throw that sleep, the rest of their team shoots the sleep. Now Captain America gets to walk them down. He could walk towards you slowly, just get shot. Just do this. Just do this. Hit him with the lean back. And just walk up and punch you in your mouth and you die. You're going to sleep. So like, hell no. You're not ending your hard stuck bronze streak with Mantis. Hell no. Cloak and Dagger. Not gonna lie, insta leave. She has a even though I watched a video about it earlier, it might get nerfed. There's some rumors that it'll get nerfed, but even if it does, the way it is, it'll still be really fucking good. Cloak and Dagger has a really high healing output. She's hard as shit to kill, especially at lower levels, and as long as you don't be a dumbass and play DPS Dagger and try and play fucking Cloak and Dagger, and most of the match you're on goddamn Cloak, every once in a while you're switching to Dagger to throw it on the field. Cloak is supposed to be the secondary character. Dagger is supposed to be the main character. Don't play DPS Dagger, don't play healing Cloak. Play a mix of both, okay? Play a mix, play healer Dagger, DPS Cloak. Healer Dagger, DPS Cloak. Mix the two styles together accordingly. Okay? She's really good at heal botting. She's really good at pocking healing, meaning she could stand behind her tank and all you have to do is, and your tank's health bar just doesn't go down. She doesn't even barely require aim. She straight up doesn't require aim because deadass she has an auto heal mechanic that automatically throws the healing at your teammates as long as they're within a reasonable distance. And if you and your team are pushing a payload or on a domination point, you shouldn't be far from them anyway. So you're constantly throwing heals, making your people unkillable, standing next to your tank, so that anything that's a threat to your tank is also a threat to you. But they're probably going to be on your tank mostly, unless they're like somebody like me who is trying to beat the shit out of the healers. Fuck the tanks. Mr. Fantastic, not gonna lie, why your heart stuck? Nigga sucks. According to, like I said, those rumors I seen, he might get some buffs that take him from why your heart stuck to hell no. But for right now, until I reorder the list, that nigga sucks, why your heart stuck. Niggas dead ass bottom 5 characters in the game. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is a highly technical character that he's like a Storm, he's like a Punisher, very hard to master, but easy to understand. But I think the base level of understanding you need to play Doctor Strange is lower than like a Storm and a Punisher, for example, because not only does Doctor Strange have a big ass health bar, not only does Doctor Strange in most matches get most of the healing, he also has a large ass shield that takes 800 health. So this nigga's base health is like 600 and something. So basically this nigga has like 1,000 health between that big ass shield, his health bar, and he can fly to get away from fucked up situations. And he does a fuck ton of damage easy because his melee cancel is just shoot, melee, shoot, melee. Is one of the easier melee cancels to do in the game. He does, like I said, he does dumb high amounts of damage. His health bar is big as fuck, and he's usually the one that's the closest to the healers. So he's damn near never dying. Even if you have a dumbass healer, he's still damn near never dying. He's legit, in my opinion, so far, what I think is the easiest tank to play. No. He is the easiest tank to play. He's also the hardest to master, but he's the easiest to play by far. Moon Knight. I'm going to put Moon Knight in a little bit of resistance. Actually, no. Because in low elos, people group up a lot. So you basically get to throw Ankh and get free damage because nobody ever shoots Ankh. You basically get to throw Ankh in the middle of the back line and the moon haunts you all damn day and all damn night. So Moon Knight is really like a scrub lord character by far through and through. At higher levels, he definitely has his uses, but less so more than in bronze lobbies. Bronze lobbies, Moon Knight, the moon, can't you, the moon. That nigga's a menace in low level lobbies, but in higher level lobbies where that nigga actually has to aim, he gets devoured, eaten, and thrown off a ledge like he just got indigested. Groot, not gonna lie, hell to the fuck no. The reason why I say this is because a lot of Groot players in low elos, they just run up to the point and keep throwing the wall in the front of the fucking point. Stop doing that. Use his walls offensively, not defensively, and you will get a lot more value out of them. Hard stuck bronze people. I'm not gonna say brethren because I'll never be hard stuck bronze. Fuck out of here. I made it out of bronze twice. So you niggas can't tell shit to me. But I'm trying to help you get out of bronze, okay? I want to take that number from when I got out of bronze. It was something like 60%. Let's take that number down a little bit. Maybe this video can help you take it down a little bit. Leave a like whether it does or doesn't help take you out, because you know you watched this far into the video. I don't know exactly how far we into the video, but we far as fuck. Okay, going back to it. Who was I talking about? Oh, Groot. Use his walls less defensively and use them more offensively. Put walls behind people to cut them off for their healers and punch them in their shit. That's what you need to do. Put the wall behind them, punch them in their shit. Punch them in their shit. Because once you're doing damage to somebody and they're within a certain distance of your wall has a melee. So for example, if you have them in between you and your wall, first off, they're not receiving heals. That's number one. Number two, you and your teammates that should be standing not far behind you are all shooting at them. That's number two. Number three, if you were doing 30 damage per second beforehand, now you're doing, let's say 40, 50. I don't know the exact numbers, but just walk with me here. I'm trying to get you to understand the concept. You're now doing 40, 50 because in addition to you hitting him, the walls are also hitting him. And that's before we factor in if you got any teammates helping you shoot whoever. Okay? So Groot is a really good character, but you need a great amount of situational awareness to play Groot. And like I said, even though Groot's not a very technical character, where at higher levels, he's one of those characters that is at low levels bad, but at higher levels really fucking good. It's very easy to find somebody who's not a good Groot. They be putting walls all in front of the point, wall getting broken by the point every 6 seconds. Now, not only do they have a wall that they lost, they're making it easier for their enemy to navigate straight to them and not get cut off from the healers, because now you're waiting for your wall cooldown. So you would think Groot is a very simple character that doesn't require a lot of brain cells, but from what I've seen in low elos, that nigga requires a fucking genius to be played at a half decent level. The more, I'm not gonna put him in instant leave. I'm gonna put a lot of struggle, because he's not a diver, but he is a character that needs to understand what a diver is thinking at any given moment in order to be able to combat them and beat them at their, not their own game, but beat them at their game. Because Namor, for those of y'all who aren't familiar, his job is to basically beat divers. Oh damn, I just realized I haven't explained what a diver is too well. A character that's designed to jump in the backline, beat up healers, beat up like a Squirrel Girl or like a Hawkeye or something like that. That's what a diver is. A character that literally goes high up in the air, swings above all over the battlefield, and has a move, probably that literally, but is designed to swing or go around everything and dive or hard flank the backline. That's a diver. Namor has turrets that automatically shoot at people. So if you throw a turret on a wall and somebody comes from behind you, you won't be able to see them. You and your team won't be able to tell they're there because you're facing this way, they're this way, but your turret will go from facing this way to facing that way and shooting behind you. You need to understand how to aggressively place his turrets. You need to understand how to passively place his turrets. You need to understand what, if you need to play it no more aggressively or passively, you need to understand where to put your turrets so that you don't throw it on the wall and just instantly it's getting shot down. You need to understand where to put his turrets so that when people dive on you, they're actually being effective, or where to aggressively place it so that it can get a good angle and a good shot on people. You need to understand why his left click is like the most important part of his toolkit. By the way, his left click or his alt fire is the move where he spins the staff and he throws it, and it basically makes it so that not only does your turrets have a faster rate of fire, but they target what you target, or they just keep shooting at whatever you last shot at. They also destroy deployables if there's no enemies nearby for it, if there's no close enemies for it to shoot at. But yeah, he requires a surprising amount of situational awareness of understanding angles and stuff like that. Also, the nigga absolutely fucking sucks because he's very niche and very situational, but the niche situations that he's in and the way that he can be played is very easy compared to somebody like a Wolverine or a Spider-Man for somebody that's hard stuck bronze. Hawkeye, right next to this bitch. Why you're hard stuck? Actually, no. I'll put him in hell no. Because like Hawkeye at least has a potential to do something. Black Widow, the only way you're getting out of bronze with Black Widow ever is if you're a Black Widow specialist. Penny. I'm not gonna lie, Penny Parker takes a lot of situational awareness, and like she's 10 times better on pushing the payload than stopping the payload. So again, she's another character that requires a fuck ton of situational awareness to understand what situations and scenarios that she's actually to be used in, and that she's actually useful in, and that she's actually supposed to be properly controlling the tide of battle in. Hella, hell no. I'm not saying this category was made for her by being called hell no, but I say hell no for the simple fact Hella requires a lot of aim. You must have cracked aim to barely be good at Hella. Hell no, you're not getting out of hard stuck bronze by playing Hella. Hell to the fuck no. Unless you have no situational awareness and the only thing you can do is aim really well, you're not getting out with Hella. And like I said, a common thing that I see in people that are hard stuck bronze is they have no situational awareness. Psylocke, fuck no. Fuck no. She's another diver character that requires a lot of understanding, and she also has a high technical understanding ceiling. Like she's gonna go right next to Magic. Hi Magic. Hi Magic. These three are going right next to each other because they have not only a high level of technical skill that you need to understand to make them just barely usable, but on top of that, you need to understand why you should be shooting and killing what targets, and why whoever's a high priority target is a high priority target. Your hard stuck bronze, you probably need to get your situational awareness up, because there's two ways to get out of bronze. Either be extremely cracked with your aim, not extremely, but be more cracked than 50% of the player base. I'll say 60 just to be safe with your aim, or have situational awareness that's so high that the other team feels scared and oppressed to do whatever they're supposed to be doing. So for example, if the divers are diving the breaks off a point, you pull out Namor and you shoot at them divers automatically, or you pull out Penny, depending on who the diver is. Every time the diver runs at your back line, they're running like this because they're tripping and falling because their body is ragdolling due to death. Okay? So situational awareness can take you out of bronze better than aim can, but if your aim is just good enough, you could just pick a DPS and just mow down the enemies. Treat that shit like target practice range. Invisible Woman. I'm not gonna lie. She's another one where I'm debating a low resistance, a lot of bit of struggle, because she's not an insta-leave character and she definitely is an easy healer, but a lot of Invisible Women, like she's a very easy character to pick up, but a lot of Invisible Women don't understand what her kit does and why it does what it does. So she at least has a little bit of resistance, because for example, a lot of people don't realize if you have anybody on your team shooting at healers, if you have literally anybody on your team shooting at the flying characters like an Iron Man, like a Storm, Invisible Woman can delete them niggas. Okay, Invisible Woman could secure the fact that you getting the flyers out the sky. So if Iron Man is flying out the sky, by the way, her orb, if you shoot it at a flyer and detonate it in the middle of the sky, it'll make it hard for Storm, Iron Man, Star-Lord if he's flying in the sky. It'll make it hard for them to fly out the orb or use movement abilities to get out the orb. Same thing applies when you get it on the ground, but right now we're talking about the sky because that's more important. If you have, let's say, a Punisher, a Hela, a Hawkeye shooting at a flyer and you throw the orb that makes it harder for them to move and does damage to them, might I add, does damage, makes it harder for them to move, and you already got somebody else shooting at them, whoever's playing Halo on the opposite team, they're gonna switch off that real quick. Now again, it is a bronze lobby, so you can't really depend on that. But also, hey, stop that. But also, she has a really good move that can push and pull people. So if a tank is trying to run away, or somebody, a DPS or whatever, is trying to run away and your team is shooting them, you could use the pull to pull them back in. Or if somebody's on point, you want to get them on point, you can use the push to push them on point, or push them over a ledge or something like that. Like her kit is really simple, but she's a character that I think is solid at low. I think she deserves a little bit of resistance because it's hard to get value with her at lower levels of play. Not hard, but I would say it's harder than it should be to get value out of her at lower levels of play. But as you go up in the tiers, she still is a really good character, and like her ult is fucking amazing. So like a little bit of resistance, because you do need to understand a thing or two, and you do need to have a slight bit of aim and understanding of positioning and angles, but you don't need to have a suffocating, overwhelming statement. Like the general theme of everybody here in this tier, they have a low level of understanding, and sometimes as you go up, they get better. Of course, there's exceptions like Magneto, Jeff, but generally everybody in this tier has a low skill floor to get in, high skill floor as you go up. Rocket, not gonna lie, hell to the fuck no. Actually, I'll put him in a lot of struggle because Rocket can decently be a good heal bot, but you do need to have a more advanced understanding of the map, because whenever you get dove, what most Rockets do is they just use the boost twice and say, I'm good. Then the healer pop out the cut, and it's the same situation as I said with Mantis when she throws her sleep, goes around the corner and wipes her brow. Healer, the dive is just gonna walk you down and go and put you straight to sleep. So you really need to understand a bit of the map to like get away from people with Rocket. Oh, I thought I saw my shit smoking. Oh, that's just a light. I was about to cry. I was about to be like, no way my computer's smoking. Especially midstream. Like, bro, that's not good for you. Fuck your lungs up like that. And you'll put all types of dust and ashes in your fan, bitch ass nigga. It's already annoying enough to have to clean dust out of you. I don't want to have to clean dust and cigarette / marijuana tar ashes out of you. Anyway, you a good computer though. Use a W computer. You be doing what you can. Back to talking about Rocket. You need to have map knowledge, map understanding to get away from people with Rocket effectively so that you don't die. And a lot of Rockets that I see have a hard time understanding. Don't throw Revive Beacon in the middle of the open. Why? Because Revive Beacon makes it so that Storm will say, fear the goddess, or whatever the fuck she says. She'll come, she'll kill you, you'll die. You'll come back in a Revive Beacon that's in the middle of the open. After she just finished killing you, she'll go over 2 feet and kill you again. Stop doing that, Rockets. Put the Revive Beacon behind the corner. Put the Revive Beacon in the cut somewhere where they could come out the Revive Beacon safely and then go do what they gotta do. Stop putting this shit in the middle of the goddamn street where everybody can see it, every car can hit it. Stop doing that, and stop throwing that fucking Revive Beacon in front of point. There's a lot of Rockets, especially in quick play, that be doing that shit that I really just don't be understanding. The worst is when they throw it, is when you're playing domination and then niggas throw it right there on point. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Why would you throw Beacon in the middle of the big glowing space where everybody's supposed to go? Anyway, Iron Fist, not gonna lie, Iron Fist is why you're stuck. Because a lot of people think Iron Fist is 10 times better than he really is. I'm gonna start for the bottom tiers and go up and look and see if there's any adjustments I want to make. Alright. Unless you're one trick, this bitch sucks. Diver, Two most complicated divers, undebatable mainstays. So I have 3 people who are guaranteed not leaving here. Mr. Fantastic, he doesn't require much situational awareness. The nigga just sucks, but he's not hard to play. He's not hard to understand as like an Iron Fist. Like Iron Fist, you really need to understand diving. Loki is definitely below Hell No, because Loki is not a bad healer, especially with the fact that he can copy ults, but you have to know what ult you're copying, and you have to know to go in your settings and turn off ult confirmation. So fuck no, this 4 is solid. Between Wolverine and Iron Fist, I will say Wolverine, if somebody tells you just fight the tanks, he is way easier to play than, let's say, Spider-Man or Black Panther. So if you play one of these 5 characters, this is why your heart's stuck. But I'm gonna talk about that more in a second and give you the rundown. Anybody in Hell No do I think shouldn't be here? Okay, these 2 characters I'm gonna put at the top of Hell No. Undebatably, your heart stuck bronze if you play these characters, but it's not as bad as these. Okay, there's some room for something with these 2, not like with these. Magic, no, hell no. Cap, his damage is low unless you know what you're doing. Hell no. Bucky, if you can't aim, hell no. Mantis, hell no. I'll put Groot in a lot of struggle because he's simpler to play than everybody else in his fucking row. Mr. Fantastic, that nigga sucks. So it's gonna be way harder to get value out of him than him. Wolverine too, but Wolverine takes a lot more understanding to play than Groot. I'll put him in a lot of struggle. I won't move him up for the simple fact that a lot of Adam Warlocks like to wait until everybody dies on point to go in the middle of point, right in the middle of the sight lines of where all the enemies see you, and then scream born again and move his hands around. And then you die again. Like Bucky just finished again, pounding the brakes off of everybody. Adam Warlock stands right in front of Bucky and goes 3, 2, 1, born. And then Bucky says, "Oh, where they're born? When are they born? Again." And they say it in unison, and Bucky just gets a fucking free sex trooper kill on everybody. Like the shit is just dumb, bro. The shit is dumb. Hulk. Like I said, Hulk I'm still not too sure about. Hulk is the only person on this tier list that I have no desire, no interest, and don't want to play. I might watch some tutorials on him, so like I know a bit more about him and how to counter his playstyle. But like I really don't give a fuck about the Hulk, and the Hulk doesn't scare me because of that dumbass Bruce Banner mechanic. And he's a diver, so he's automatically like disqualified from a little resistance because he's a diver that really needs to understand cycles from what I understand. You need way too much understanding of game knowledge, but she's not that difficult. Same thing with Punisher. Venom is half carried by the fact that he has such a large health bar and that he's so fucking hard to kill. So you could play Venom sloppily and still get away with it in lower yellows. Even though this motherfucker sucks and he's one of the worst characters in the game, he has auto aim turrets, so at least you can do damage on people if you're a fucking dumbass and like make it so that the people in your lobby that can actually shoot have an easier time fighting. Or he could just throw turrets down, walk behind a point, keep throwing turrets down, so that if anybody dives, it's way more difficult. He at least has some value that's simple to understand. Same thing with Penny. Penny also, hey, Penny players, when you stand on your webs, you heal, dumb nigga. Okay, let me repeat that again. Whether it's the web you shoot out of your alternate fire or webs from your bionic spider mine thing, the joint that shoots out the bionic spider mines, the nest, that if you stand on those webs, it heals you. So like she's way easier to play because she requires way less heals, despite the fact that she's supposed to be spending most of the match standing next to the healers. Also, not only does she have infinite fire, she has mines, so you can get value out of like just putting mines in spots where you know people have to walk through. You could either get kills or do a lot of damage to people who gotta walk through those like tight corridors and stuff like that with minimal map knowledge. Rocket, it's pretty fucking easy to heal bot with Rocket. Only thing that keeps him at a little resistance is the fact that everybody loves to throw revive beacon in the middle of the fucking street. And also, like, he requires a smidge of map knowledge. I just felt like Hell No was too full, and it made sense to move him up. Now, is there anybody I want to move up or down from a low resistance? Okay, so I'm gonna go through and see if I can name significant enough reasons as to why they can't leave. Is my shit crackling? Okay, I'm gonna keep them all. Oh no, that was a heaven. All right, Thor. I don't think he should be able to move because he's not a difficult character to play, but he's not a carry character. Wanda definitely carries people, but she requires a smidge of knowledge to play like competently. Squirrel Girl, same thing. A lot of people just all over the place and think Squirrel Girl is just the #1 no aim requiring character, which, by the way, I'm not arguing that she does require aim, but she does require like minimal amounts of situational awareness, and she doesn't have any like outstanding mechanics that just make her a what the fuck character to anybody on the opposite teams in terms of, oh my god, what the fuck, we got a Squirrel Girl on the other team. Like, there's very few characters that say that about Squirrel Girl, and there's other characters that they're more afraid of than Squirrel Girl. Jeff the Adorable Land Shark. Only reason why he's not in Why You're Hard Stuck is because he's extremely easy to play and he's very easy to heal bot with. Probably the easiest to heal bot with in the game, but heal botting only works at low levels and his damage is very low. Star-Lord, you still require minimal amounts of aim, but you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. Magneto requires minimal knowledge, but still decently easy to play. He has the lowest skill floor. Because Invisible Woman, it's still kind of hard to heal bot with her. Like, to heal bot with Invisible Woman, you really gotta have like either a very hard push tank, or you gotta have a tank that is just fucking stupid and getting shot all the time. So it's really hard to heal bot with her. Like heal. When I say heal bot with her, I don't mean like period. I mean heal bot your way out of being hard stuck bronze. So is that 5? Yeah. Nobody here I disagree with. So boom. Let me get some more cherry music. I'll try this one. All right, time for me to do my little TikTok clippage section. Let me make sure this shit got enough space above my head. I stand back here. Gotta make sure to stand exactly in this spot. Boom. Alright, so boom. If you're playing Marvel Rivals and you don't know what to I gotta restart that. If you're playing Marvel Rivals, you've been playing for a while and you're still hard stuck bronze and you don't know what character to play to help you get out of being hard stuck bronze, here's the 5 worst characters you could possibly play. Here's the 5 best characters you could possibly play. I gotta restart that. I stuttered and I speech impedimented. If you've been playing Marvel Rivals ranked for a little while and you're still hard stuck bronze and you don't know what character to play to get you out of being hard stuck bronze, don't worry. I got the 5 best characters for you to play for you to get out of being hard stuck bronze. I got the 5 worst characters for you to play to get out of being hard stuck bronze. Alright, that's clippage number 1. Boom. Let's start off with Black Widow. Black Widow does very low damage and she's only good in specific team comps and specific situations. Most of those situations are not going to be situations that you could take advantage of in bronze unless you have really fucking cracked aim, and even in Spider-Man. I don't even need to explain. If you're hard stuck bronze and you play Spider-Man, now you know why. I'm not going to explain it. Just get the fuck off Spider-Man. You're going 2 and 10. Black Panther. Same thing as Spider-Man, is just... Wait, I'm going to restart that. The reason Black Widow sucks for the simple fact that she's only useful in specific situations and hyper-specific team comps. The team has to be built around her and she has to be cracked. If you're hard stuck bronze, you're neither. Spider-Man's. There's a reason why there's a stereotype that all Spider-Man players go 2 and 15 every fucking match. because they suck, and they are. Spider-Man requires way too much. Why's my shit not playing? Please don't be dead ass. I will restart that whole speech. I don't mind. Okay, cool. So we gotta run it back again. Alright. When it comes to Black Widow, the reason why you're hard stuck bronze with her. No. Black Widow only works in very hyper specific team compositions and very hyper specific scenarios to do very specific things, to the point to where even if your aim is really cracked, her low damage output just makes it not worth it. There's plenty of other characters you could play that do the same thing but easier, that can help you get out of bronze. You're 2-15 every game of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man requires too much skill and knowledge to help you get the fuck out of being hard stuck bronze. Switch off. Same thing with Black Panther. Black Panther is not a bad character, but there's a lot of things you need to understand about the game to play Black Panther, on top of the fact that you need to have a lot of technical ability and skill to play Black Panther effectively. Switch off. I know when Black Panther came out, you was going Wakanda forever all over the place. Every game that had Killmonger dreads, you was picking them because of Killmonger. Switch off of Black Panther. You're not good with him. Loki's not a bad character, but if you don't have high situational awareness, Loki is just about the worst fucking character you can pick. A lot of people think Iron Fist is better than he is. Is Iron Fist as bad as people swear to God he is? No. But 9 times out of 10, Iron Fist just jumps in the back line, they yell Chief of Town Hall, and they get mowed down by the Penny, the fucking Namor, and the Mantis. The Mantis sleeps him, Penny has mines crawling towards you, and Namor has the auto turrets that shoot you. It's not the answer, gang. Switch the fuck off of Iron Fist. Boom. That's the first one. Now the second one. Luna Snow at a low level. Luna Snow at a high level is debatably one of the best 2 healers in the game, but Luna Snow at a low level is undebatably the best healer in the game, and she has, in my opinion, what is the best ult in the game. She starts singing Big Time Rush, nobody on her team is dying, and they can all shoot you with projectiles or hit you with melee hits that strike you down with the power of the most devious and egotistical war-bred gods. Iron Man, at lower levels, nobody wants to look up. If you're hard stuck bronze, trust me, all your fellow hard stuck bronze people don't wanna take their stick and do this. They don't want to take their mouse and do this. Nobody knows how to look up in lower ELOs. You're not getting shot. And then on top of that, if you get a Bruce Banner, you're strong as shit on top of not being shot. So you live way longer than you're fucking supposed to. Cloak and Dagger, all you have to do is sit in the back, press fire, and just throw heals. This is you, just in the back vibing, throwing heals, flashing a strobe light towards your tank, giving them free heals the whole damn game. Like a very simple character to play that doesn't require good aim because she literally has auto aim. Moon Knight. In higher ELOs, he's gonna be like difficult to play because he's not that freaking amazing. But in low ELO, nobody shoots onks. So onk, the moon, you'll be out of bronze in no time. Now, Doctor Strange is a very complex character that rewards high technical skill and ability, but he also, in my opinion, is the easiest and the hardest tank to play because he has an easy skill required. Because not only does he have a big ass health bar, he has a big ass shield with a big ass health bar, and he's usually being pocket fucking heal bodied by healers. So he has a very hard time dying. Then he has a lot of cheese with stuff like Portal, and then he has the fact that he can fly out of battle to get heals. Like, he has a really low skill floor, but also a really high skill ceiling. So he's good to learn to take you through multiple different ranks. I hope all that yappage fit, and I hope that for those of y'all watching on the YouTube side, enjoyed it. With that being said, there's going to be some more videos on that side for y'all to watch. Probably some more tier lists and stuff like that. I might make a playlist of all the tier lists I make, because fuck it, we ball. That being said, I am about to hop the fuck off this stream, go on TikTok, play Astrobot. Or I might play more Rouse. I don't know. It depends on what I'm feeling. Alright,